This is the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Sandman figure from the latest Spider-Man wave of 6-inch scaled Marvel Legends figures. And ideally, you will need to pick up 7 figures to build the Sandman, namely Spider UK, Spider-Man 2099, Kamala Khan as Miss Marvel, the black-suited Spider-Man, the Green Goblin, Shocker, and the Jackal. The others are just for props, for effect. So 7 figures will give you a piece each, several pieces to build the Sandman. Or if you don't want the other figures, you just want the Sandman, you can easily buy it online at secondary market retailers. But yeah. Okay, other accessories for the Sandman include alternate fists, which I'll show off later, and an alternate head, which we'll show off later. So yeah, let's get rid of the other figures for now. You guys have seen a lot of that. Okay, excuse me. Let's get rid of Mayday. And this Spider-Man, this is actually from the cartoons Spider-Man I used. Okay, and the figure is glorious. It is magnificent. You know, Sandman wasn't one of my, he was okay, but I liked him because he was part of the Sinister Six, and to a certain extent, I liked him better than Clayface. So yeah, it was really a treat for me to get a really nice Sandman figure without having to go back to that old that movie Sandman wave that Hasbro did release with the Mary Jane figure and all that. I wanted to get that one, but I thought this one was better. Now, if the figure looks very familiar, it's because you've probably seen it in the San Diego Comic Convention, the Raft exclusive Marvel Legends box set. And that one was all, it was all in this color. He had all sanded out beige Sandman. I thought that was pretty interesting. I thought that was okay, but I'm more of the original colors. I wanted the whole green stripes and pants look to him, so I decided to wait, and sure enough, I was rewarded by Hasbro. We have Sandman his original colors. Also, another thing that will strike you, maybe if you collect a lot of Marvel Legends, he looks familiar because it uses a lot of the parts from a previous Build-A-Figure figure, which is the Absorbing Man. The legs are the same, the shoes are the same, belt is the same, the crotch piece, lower torso, upper torso is the same. The only difference obviously are the arms and the head. Would have been super cool if we actually did have normal arms for the Sandman, but I guess Hasbro figured nobody's going to display him in his regular hands. He's going to be displayed with these sanded out, these sort of wet cement type of hands and other accessories. So they decided to skip that one and cut cost. I don't mind. So okay, going to the figure itself, it's a great sculpt. If you enjoyed the Absorbing Man, you're gonna love this one. If you weren't happy with this one, it's not gonna change for you. Let's start with the head sculpt. Man, kind of looks like he's got that Norman Osborn hair going, but that's how he was in the comic books, and it came out great. I love it. Detail wise, the teeth, the eyes, Hasbro nailed it on this one. Now, let's see the alternate head. This is when, oh man, that stuff, that's really tight. Okay, this is when Spider-Man punches him, like bam, the shock waves, like the impact of the punch sends his the shape of his head into a crater, turns the side of his head into a crater, and I thought that's fantastic. It's a great effect. They've whitened the eyes, which is, I guess he's in sand mode, I don't know, but look at that. Just the detail Hasbro put into that is amazing. It's just remarkable. I'm loving it. Really loving this one. So that's great. Paint apps came out great. So the legs, not much to talk about. Stripes, okay, that's easy for Hasbro. It's really the white paint apps you should be worried about, and so far so good. Now they put a little bit of a wash on the sand texture for his fist, which is great. Some have more gray, some have more beige. You just have to pick for yourself. The arms came with one of the characters, and you just make sure you get one that has evenly applied on wash or something like that. But again, great sculpt. And you're probably gonna say, this guy likes everything Hasbro dishes. Yeah, that's probably true, but I do nitpick a lot, and a lot of you are gonna say, you whine too much. So I'm gonna gush on this figure, and I'm gonna whine about a few things. I'm gonna nitpick, particularly these things. I like these effects. I like that it's like concrete dripping, or like it's like when you're trying to build sandcastles on the beach, and then the water washes it, and then you try and drip up and make a turret, whatever. That's how it is. The one issue with that is it's very difficult to find other poses for it, because it's dripping. That's the way the direction of the gravity is, where gravity is pulling it. So the only logical poses you can do with it is like that, or like this. But it's not a deal breaker. I mean, I'm nitpicking. If at all, if you wanted me to find any fault in this figure, that's probably the very minor fault I can point out on it. So other than that, see, because it'll look funny if he's doing this. It's like it's dripping upwards or something like that, or so that's a bit of the downside of that. It's a great detail, but that leaves it with that kind of downside. Okay, let's remove the fists and put the mallet and Morningstar, mace, I think, mace or Morningstar attachment, whatever. And I thought this was great. I love it. I mean, this is the Clayface of the Marvel universe. Clayface is the Sandman of the DC universe, and I love it. I love how they've done it, and they've given it articulation. They've given the fist, the weaponized fist, some articulation, so it acts like a ball hinge joint. And you can't ask for anything more from Hasbro. That's just very nice touch on this accessory. And they just really catering to the fans of the Marvel Legends line, and we're being rewarded with this figure. So yeah, an absolute gem of a Build-A-Figure. I'm so excited. We just need a couple more members from the Sinister Six, and boy, will we have an amazing lineup of Spider-Man figures. And just to give you some scale for this guy, I think there was a time he was in a black suit and he fought him. Maybe, I don't know, after Secret Wars, whatever. So we'll use him. These figures are getting bigger and bigger. I mean, is the scale even correct? I guess, well, he's enchanted. I don't know, whatever. He can change his size. This one I think is more acceptable in this scale because he changes in size. But this one, okay, whatever. And here's the regular villain. We get a regular villain right there. The scale is fantastic. And of course, we can forget the Green Goblin. Oh man, we got a wonderful Spider-Man wave with this Sandman series, and I'm very grateful to Hasbro. Very nice. Well done, you guys. Here's to more Spider-Man figures and villains in the future. X-Men, of course, and some Avengers figures here and there, but very nice. Looking good for Hasbro. So there you go, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Spider-Man Marvel Legends series of figures featuring the Sandman Build-A-Figure from the Wave. Thanks for watching.